Hello everyone, welcome back to ATRIAL. Today I'll be sharing a story time with you, and as the topic suggests, hole in my heart. Atrial septal defect. One summer when I was 7 years old, we were all getting ready to go to the beach. And while everybody was getting ready, I was done, so I decided to go outside and play. While running around the house, all of a sudden I collapsed. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up anymore. My knees wouldn't allow me. I tried, but something was just wrong. Something I have never seen happen to me before. My uncle was cutting the grass, and when he came around the corner, he saw me lying there, and he said, he made an alarm, and he picked me up and he brought me inside to my mother, who was very worried because she wasn't understanding what was happening, why I couldn't walk anymore. Anyway, I was rushed to the hospital. When they brought me there, they admitted me because they weren't sure what was wrong, and they wanted to do some tests just to see what was causing me to be crippled. So I stayed in the hospital I was there for a week when they first made the first medical assessment and said that it appeared to be rheumatic fever. It wasn't. A week after that, they came back in and said they now have conclusive result, and it was a hole in my heart. I didn't understand what the doctor meant at the time, but my mother explained it to me, and I could tell that she was very worried. It was a serious situation. There, I remained in the hospital for several more weeks, undergoing other tests and everything. And they started saying that I'm going to have to do a surgery in the US because of how critical the situation was. Well, a few days after that, a little girl died. I still remember her mother, how she cried. Her mother cried endlessly. The pain was serious, I'm telling you. It was sad for me. It was a very traumatic time to be in the same ward with a baby that died from the condition that I was ascertained with. So just imagine a 7-year-old child having to deal with something like that. Anyway, I don't know what happened, but after another week or so, the doctors told my mom that I was free to go home, and I was released to go home, and that was good. The Lord knows hospital food does not taste good, and even at 7 years old, you know that. So I was happy to go home and see my friends and family again. I had to go to the hospital every single month until I was 13 years old to do blood work and to do other medical. I'll say some positives came out of it all as well, because while I was in the hospital, I was able to walk again, and I was able to help the other children who were bedridden and needed greater assistance. The nurses allowed me to read for them, allowed me to assist in feeding them, and the children gained confidence as well, because they would beckon to me whenever they wanted to go and pee, because they were in the bedridden, they can't get out. So the nurses would usually have to take the portable potties, if that's what you call it, for them to do their thing. So sometimes the nurses weren't very attentive to, or they were attending to somebody else, and the kids would reach out to me, and I would just pass the message on. So I'm sharing all of this with you just to let you know that your story is not yours to keep, because you don't know who your story is going to touch. You don't know if there's a message in your story for somebody else, and that is the reason why I want to share this with you. Let you know if you have someone going through something like this, or you yourself is experiencing this, don't worry, because there is a way. So you just gotta continue pushing through, continue praying. I'm from a praying family. I'm very happy for this measure of healing. I'm very happy I can sit here and share my story with you. The nurses were nice. I only remember one nurse that was a little too serious. And at 7, I thought she was just rough, and I remembered her even after I left the hospital. It's safe to say I had nightmares a couple months well after I left that hospital about that same nurse. So children live and they experience things, and you still remember it after a while, because I can sit here and share my story with you, just to show you the experience I had overall in the hospital. So was it terrible? No, but it was very frightening. So again, if you are facing something like this, you can get over it. I'm sure there's someone out there, who may be experiencing this and not sure what's going to happen. Maybe they're worried. No need to worry. Why worry when you can pray? So prayer works, right? But thank you so much for tuning into my story time. I just wanted to share that with you, right? And if you have any further questions, you can just feel free to leave a feedback or a comment. Thank you. Bye for now.